Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Huawei Developer Competitions Q&A Live. There are mainly three aspects of contest today. First of all, introduction to the competition. Secondly, expert interpretation. Finally, questions and answers. Now, let's get to the point. Huawei Developer Competitions is our flagship event for ICT development. Our industry expertise is now open to you to find new solutions to real problems. The competition, themed the Spark Infinity this year, encourages developers to adopt leading technologies into creative projects and applications. Two tracks are available: cloud application innovation and world challenges. The following picture shows a timeline. You can also check the competition website for more detailed information. Time schedule may be different in different regions, subjected to official notice on website. Here's some information about the procedure that can help you. Step 1. Visit our landing page, learn about the competition, and choose your track. Step 2. Sign up. Search for your country in the competition region list and send an email to the region contact. Sign up as a team via email too. Step 3. Build your application on Huawei Cloud technologies and submit them. Step 4. Participate in the jury. Step 5. Win medals and prizes. Now, let's invite Ms. Lin, a Huawei AI products expert, to share the topic.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Richard Lin. So here's my turn, right? Okay, let me share my screen. Wait a minute. Start share. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we
My
can.
screen. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, please leave the message, or maybe yeah, leave the message, and I will reply you in the end of this speech. Okay. So okay. But today I will introduce how to use Huawei Cloud AI products to develop innovation applications. I can introduce myself. Now I'm Richard Lin. I'm the director of Huawei Cloud AI developer ecosystem. If you want to join us, our ecosystem to do more applications and join our ecosystem to show your product, show your applications. For example, today you join our competition, or maybe if you win a prize, or we can use your case and promote your case to more people and more customers. So yeah, welcome you to join this conference. Recording available? Yes, the recording will be available for later. Okay. I will introduce what is EI. Okay, this means enterprise intelligence. E means enterprise. I means intelligence. So this is our department's name, and it will include two parts. One is AI, is artificial intelligence, and one is big data. For example, I can show our website. Okay, Huawei Cloud. You can see here. And if you want to see some products, okay, here's AI. So for example, model arts or OCR, something. This is AI part is include EI department, and this one is an analytics. The analytics is, for example, a BI, business intelligence, or a big data. For example, data lake insight, or for example, MRS, map reduce service. Maybe you heard of this service, and uh, this part is big data part. So EI, this department have two kinds of technologies. One is AI and one is analytics. Yeah. So I want to introduce our services and our products. If you want to use AI, maybe you heard of this general APIs. It's called AGIs. For example, image or NLP, natural language process, or OCR, or some face detection or moderation, something. It's a standardized service. If you want to use this, it's very simple. You just to see how to use, see the documentation and read, for example, the you can use a RESTful API call to use this API. So many people they say their applications have AI ability. They usually use these general APIs, but sometimes you cannot find one very suitable for your applications. So maybe we have some advanced APIs, and the advanced APIs they can be found on our website. So I won't choose everyone to introduce. You can see what is suitable for you, and then we some customers they from different they are from uh, different industry. For example, a city or internet or home or a vehicle manufacturing. So we uh, uh, we see many different kinds of scenarios and different kinds industry, and we will do some pre-integrated solutions for they, and we cooperate with them to do some solutions and deliver to their customer. So this is our business, and then essential platform service. For example, Huawei have some compute power. For example, Ascent, okay, Ascent 310 or Ascent 910 is a Huawei uh, self uh, self-made the computer power is like GPU, and some GPUs not Huawei's product, but we can use Huawei own or industry GPU to do some AI applications development. And then if you want to build an AI application or do some development, you should use open source AI framework. For example, maybe you have heard of TensorFlow or PyTorch, Keras, etc. Okay, and Huawei have our own open source AI framework. Its name's MindSpore. So this is Huawei's product. It's open source. Then Model Arts, it's a AI platform. The platform in this platform, you can develop your applications online on this Huawei cloud. So it's a public cloud product. And in Model Arts, you can use, for example, MindSpore or TensorFlow, PyTorch. There are so many framework you can use them in Model Arts, and you can use, for example, Ascend computer power or GPU or CPU. So Model Arts is a platform include the AI framework and some AI compute power. Okay, and there are some functions. Let me introduce later. So in EI, in enterprise intelligence, this part, we have many platforms and many services. And for example, we have platforms, APIs, and pre-integrated solutions, many functions there. So you can uh, uh, visit our product. For example, okay, Model Arts. If you click here, you can see overview and some features. Okay, we have some features, and there are some application scenarios or some cases. Okay, so uh, so uh, as I show my screen, so you can see there are many products in Huawei Cloud. This is our console page. So if you want to know where is our product, you can see, for example, I can show you in our console here. Here's console. Click here and enter to in our console. Here I choose Hong Kong. In our international regions, we have some, for example, Hong Kong and Bangkok, Singapore. I recommend Hong Kong or Singapore. The Model Arts edition here is latest and uh, yeah, we recommend Hong Kong or Singapore region to use. So here you can see service list. There are so many services: compute, storage, networking, something. So you can choose EI, enterprise intelligence here. For example, Model Arts here. If you want to use it, you can pin. Okay, here is a pin. You can pin it to the list in the left. And for example, OCR, you can if you want OCR service, you can pin it so you can find them here. If you want to use analytics, BI or something, data lake governance center or data lake insight, something map reduce, okay, you can visit here. And there are so many services. You can use all Huawei Cloud services in this competition. But I'm from EI department, so I introduced AI part, okay, to you. Okay, so uh, I am I'm not sure you your team if your team use AI ability or how familiar uh, how familiar with you with AI? How are you familiar with AI? So maybe my introduction is fundamental, but sorry. Okay. AI, the development of artificial intelligence is more than 50 years. Okay, it's very long history, but we face some difficulties. For example, if you want use AI or develop AI, uh, the first thing the first difficulties you should face is algorithm update is very difficult. For example, from 2011 to 2020, there are so many algorithms, annual algorithm iteration above 100. So if you know one algorithm, then maybe 1 year or 2 years later, it upgraded, and we should keep pace on, and we should trade. Uh, uh, we should go with the algorithm. So it's some people say if you know how to develop AI, then your salary or your company valuation is very high. It, it maybe it's true because uh, uh, it's hard and it's hard to join this development. But one is the skill. One is the skill is very difficult. The second is the power, compute power. Okay, AI compute power, scarcity. For example, if you want to use GPU or something, uh, if you uh, train a model or deploy a model, uh, you should have GPU by yourself, and you should buy, for example, a GPU card or buy some cloud resource. Then, for example, if you use BERT, BURT, uh, you should average your cost is above 150,000. Okay, so in the industry, there if you want to get some AI compute power, the cost is very costly, but the requirement, for example, GPT 3 or many models, they use much computer power. Okay, so there's a huge gap, and for example, if you from different kinds countries, you can see United States. There are many authors, okay, AI authors in United States, and the second one is China, and third is United Kingdom. So the the talent is very uneven distribution in many countries. So we want to deal with this problem, and we think uh, a low barrier, low code or no code platform is good to everyone. So we want to use Model Arts to make AI easy for everyone. And Model Arts is launched in 2018. Okay, 4 years ago. And I joined this department 3 years ago. So uh, uh, the Model Arts, uh, uh, we think this can lower our barrier to AI development. For example, if you want to make a model yourself in your scenario, and you don't want to use so-called APIs, AGI APIs. Okay, then you should have your own data. So if you want to develop AI, the first thing is you should have data. And the data, the second one is you should have your algorithm. Okay, you should develop your algorithm. And then you should train by your data and algorithm to train to a model. Okay, so model training, uh, uh, you should have some computer power to support to make the model training. And then if you have many models, for example, there are some versions update or some model trees, uh, you should manage the model. For example, you use different addition, different version of data, different version of algorithm, or some fine tune, different kinds of fine tune to train your model. So you should have management to your model, and then you should test and use your model. So you should deploy your model. Then if you deploy the model, uh, you can use the model for example, your application can call the API. So this is the procedure to develop an AI application. Okay, and say let me see. Okay, later uh, I will reply this. So we launched our models in 2018. Okay, and nowadays uh, we have the functions are already can visit and can use by models. For example, I can show my models. You can see the console. See the dashboard. Okay, so if you want to use for data management, then you can have you can create a data set. Okay, the data set and label the data. If you create a data set and then you put the data into the data set, and you should label the data. So and you can create your labeling team. For example, if you have if you have many data, then you can create a team, for example, 10 or 20 people to collaboration to label the data. Okay, so data management is here, and dev environment, you can open and this is an open source is Jupyter notebook we deploy in our Model Rs. So if you open this notebook, then you can create one. Okay, and now I don't have the configuration. So now I cannot use this because I use I use in China region, not Hong Kong or Singapore region. So I don't have the configuration now. Okay, and then you can create a notebook in here, and then you can match your algorithm and train then here you can train the models. Okay, so here's training job, and then if you complete the training, then you can do the AI application management here. Okay, so here you can create your application, and then your application should deploy. For example, you can deploy to an cloud service, and you can use the API. For example, it's a RESTful API to to uh, to use the service. Okay, so here on the cloud, you just need to have a computer and link to the internet, and you don't have buy any offline. You don't have buy any offline compute power. Okay, so you just need to use this, and if you use the computer power here, and you just to like rent a computer power. So it's not so costly. Okay. Okay, so maybe you can try the Model Arts. It helps you to build your own model. Okay. Then if you want to use some other, for example, OCR search, OCR is to recognize the character. Okay. Then, for example, passport, or for example, Myanmar ID card, or Hong Kong ID card, Macau, or some document. You can recognize the character. Okay. So if you want to use this, I will introduce later. Okay. Back to my slides. Uh, you should have your data and use smartwatch to do the processing. And if you say I don't know the algorithm, so uh, how do I use smartwatch? We have some functions for different kinds level AI development. Okay, for example, if you are from you are from uh, you are not you're not professional, or if you are not professional, then you can use some uh, preset preset algorithm, and you just choose the preset algorithm, and we will pre-fine tune the algorithm. You just use it, and you don't have to you just have to choose it and use it. So this is very easy for us, and we have we, sorry. Sorry. Uh, we have auto here's this one EXE or ML is machine learning. If you use this function, then you just put data in here, and you don't have to choose any uh, algorithm. You just use it, and in some scenario, for example, you should use image classification or image detection. You just use it, and you don't have to uh, uh, develop algorithm. Then this is for the beginner. Okay, this is for the beginner. So okay. Uh, Okay, so here is our workflow. Okay, and then okay, let me check. Okay, if you not just a beginner, maybe you should want to use some IDE. Okay, integrated development environment. Okay, and for example, if you are an AI developer, then you probably use Python and use the PyCharm. This ID is PyCharm. And if you maybe you use VS Code. Okay, so we have we have plugins for PyCharm and for VS Code. So if you want to develop in your IDE, and so many developers uh, they like to use their own IDE instead of online IDE. So you can use this plugin, and you can develop offline on your computer, and you can just one click to train on the cloud on the model arts. So we have this extension. Okay, and this code lab is so-called notebook, Jupyter notebook. So if you want use the environment, development environment on the cloud, uh, you can use Models Code Lab, and it's very convenient. You just to, for example, you see in, for example, here's object detection YOLO V3 practice. For example, you see this case, and this case is in our AI gallery. Okay. Later, I will introduce what is AI gallery. Okay, AI gallery maybe you can you can image that is uh, like an GitHub. For example, there are so many codes, open source project in GitHub. And AI gallery, we put so many official or community AI cases in our AI gallery. So uh, you see a notebook in AI gallery, and here is the red bar is run in Model Arts. Okay, you just click run in Model Arts. Then you will enter the Model S page, notebook page, and in the right side, we can create an container to run this to run this notebook. So uh, uh, it's a notebook run on Model S. So it's better than on your computer because you can choose the, for example, uh, uh, choose GPU or some different kinds of configuration. So you can just use the browser and to do some GPU training or deploying on Model S. Okay, so here we have Model S IDE, Code Lab, and we have Studio and some plugins and Model S SDK. Okay, and the workflow. Uh, we have two types. One is one is we should do development. One is running. So this workflow I mentioned before, for example, data labeling, data processing, model training, evaluation, application generation, and evaluation. Then inference deployment in the last service monitoring. So if you follow this workflow and then you make your service online, then your user they do something and trigger the inference. So your service is have your service will contain AI ability here. So here's our orchestration and I mentioned before dataset algorithm, models image, and some customized. Okay. In Model S, if you are an advanced developer, then we have machine learning, deep learning, or reinforcement learning. Something here you can use the case to do your to make your AI application. Uh, So Model S, we have so many ongoing functions. For example, we uh, 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 we, uh, we make computer power. We unleash the computer power scarcity, and we have one large model. It's named called Pangu. Okay, Pangu. It's a Chinese. Okay, Pangu models. And if you want to try Pangu models, now just available in China region, but we will release it in the future in the international regions. A Pangu large model is a pre-trained model, and uh, you can use little or you don't have too many data, but you can use Pangu model to build your own build your own model. Okay. And then we have some industry or domain suits. If you belong to, for example, education or health uh, or financial or some manufacturing, uh, we have focused on some industry domain suits, and uh, uh, you can use the suits to your application. And then we have AI gallery. We cultivate AI talent and develop in industry ecosystem. if your work is good, and for example, you win uh, you win a prize, then we will make your work into AI gallery to show to other developers, and uh, they can see, maybe they can use, or you can sell, maybe you can sell in our AI market in the AI gallery. So uh, uh, this is our you can use some AI applications here. Okay. Uh, Then I will introduce another platform. The name is Maros Pro. Okay. What is it's Pro? Uh, it's not for professional. It's not for professional. Uh, uh, Instead, uh, it will for some beginner. For example, we have some uh, uh, it's an enterprise grade. Okay, it's for enterprise grade app developer platform for industry domain suits. It's tailored to industry requirement. So Models Pro, we have some different kinds in industry or domain suit. So if you want to use, uh, for example, uh, uh, a recognition of the passport or something ID, you can use the Model S Pro, and you don't have to use your you don't have to develop your algorithm. You just have to use it. Input the data and output the output the model. Okay, so. Uh, you just have to label and label. There are some labeling tool, uh, dictionary tools or ontology tools, etc. And we have some template. Okay, so you can use the template uh, uh, to your model. So here are, for example, text suite, OCR, NLP, KG is knowledge graph. Okay, knowledge graph. So uh, these suits will for enterprise and uh, uh, industry AI development equals to workflows and atomic model. Okay, so maybe there are some case later. Okay, sorry. Okay, the AI gallery, you can see there are so many content in AI gallery. Now the the China region AI gallery is there are so many contents here, and the international region is building now. So maybe if you now visit the international region, there are not so many content, but if you can available to China region, there are so many, for example, learning materials, practice cases. There are so many community members sharing their AI applications here, their notebooks or their algorithms, something. And there are so many domain knowledge and industrial scenarios here. Okay, so we collect many use case, and uh, 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 we, we welcome the community to collaborate with us to share their use case here. So maybe there are some notebook data algorithm model, something data set here. Okay, and the publish, for example, some is published by official, some are our community. They create some AI assets and publish to AI gallery. And for example, if you want to use some assets here, you can subscribe, okay, and use the AI assets. So if you use them, so you have data, you can do some debugging, labeling, management, and model evaluation. in the end, you can deploy your model here. So AI Gallery is a very big project, and we're welcoming you to use and to share your AI asset here. Here's the introduction of Panhu, but right now it's for a customer and the customer uh, with some uh, uh, with some data. So and now the competition maybe you cannot use this function. Okay. So, but if you interested how to use it, you can have a trial. You can contact us and have a trial. Okay. Uh, okay. This is AI gallery. So, as I mentioned before, maybe I should uh, 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 um, maybe it's I can skip it, this. For example, because the AI gallery, as you know, there are some cases, some assets, and some content here. So if you are a learner, you can learn here. You're a developer, you can develop here, and you can use them to implement your AI application. So for many people, customers or developers, uh, I, uh, you can use AI Gallery to fit your needs. Okay. Uh, we also have some learning material or some training courses online. So we have certification, Huawei Cloud AI certification. But For example, for beginner, for engineers, or for application engineers, we have uh, some courses. Okay, so if you want to learn more, you can uh, read, you can learn from these courses. Okay, and uh, we introduce models, and then I can introduce OCR. Okay, OCR here. So if you want to visit OCR, this is many people use this. So I introduce here for an example. Actually, we have so many services. Mm, we have so many services in our Huawei Cloud. So here, OCR, you can, for example, uh, I see a question. I see a question. Then, uh, uh, can OCR recognize text files? Okay. It can recognize text file. Okay. So you just to input your text file as the documentation uh, will you should use the right uh, uh, the right way to read let the OCR service read the text okay file. Okay. So general OCR maybe you can for uh, for text for a table or screenshot. Okay, this is already we have already have this function, and some structured data extraction. Okay, for example, some card, Thailand, Myanmar, or some passport and the license plate. Uh, we focus on uh, uh, these are examples, not all. So we release some card OCR functions and other, as I mentioned before, Models Pro OCR develop kit. We have some cost. Uh, we have some custom templates. So you can use your own custom templates to into Models Pro. For example, it's a document just your company use inside your company, and you can uh, put in put the templates into Models Pro and uh, and make the mark, for example, this blanket. You should recognize the character in the blanket or in this blanket. So we support customer templates, and this is for some customized OCR function. And okay, which AI framework? Okay, I see. I can reply. Uh, there are so many AI frameworks Model support. For example, let me check our document. Maybe here. Okay. Because it's a very frequent answer question. So which AI framework does Model support? You can see here. Okay. There are so many framework and sorry, in our dev environment. Uh, for example, here, MXNet, PySpark, PyTorch, TensorFlow, and XGBoost. Okay, and the cafe, the uh, the general open source uh, framework here is available here. So their training jobs. So some supported chip and some AI engine, TensorFlow, CUDA on Ubuntu. Okay, so you can find you can find in the support document. Okay, so uh, here are what what you want. Okay, and okay. Let me check. What are the functions of Model R's training and the inference? Training functions. Training functions. I'm not sure what you mean. Uh, maybe function. Uh, maybe you can say what functions do you want because I don't know the exact your meaning uh, and oh may, um, yeah, maybe you if you have any question you can leave your message, and then I let me end this slides. So if you want to use OCR, we have general OCR APIs. We have Models Pro OCR development kit. Okay, and this is some points and key technologies. Okay. Uh, Uh, this is a description of how we use how our technology to make OCR works, okay. And then they will output an JSON TXT. So maybe it's a receipt or a card. For example, here, you can use, for example, scanner to scan your passport or ID card, and maybe you can use iPhone or your phone or your scanner to get a picture, and then you can use OCR uh, uh, to make the recognition, and then you can store it in our database or you can handle something okay here. So it's a workflow here, and this is the high speed train, the ticket of high speed train. Okay, so uh, one this is Model S Pro. Uh, you can you can see here the highlight. Okay, the blue highlight here. You can select the area. Okay, use your mouse, select the area. The area is I will want to extract the word here. Okay, so you can see here is the template and the output. For example, here the right is the goal, and the left is the uh, 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 where you go, and it's your goal, and it's your uh, yeah. So you can see the amount. For example, 144 here. We choose in here. So this is the online testing. Okay. So you just to use the template and select the area. Okay, in your mouth. And here's banking credit business. If your bank have some sheet to uh, uh, you, uh, uh, this is the same of the ticket. You just to choose your sheet, and uh, uh, you, you can extract the content here. Okay. Okay, logistic is the same. Okay, so this is okay. Insurance. Okay, insurance claim. So OCRs they can use in many scenarios, and replace the traditional way to make the more efficient. Okay, yeah. And here's a quick yeah, maybe and maybe you can see the demo. Okay, here. Yeah, you can registration and take a photo of your ID card. Okay, so here's the photo. Okay, the front and the back. Okay, then we can extract the info on the ID card. And then this is facial recognition. Okay. We also have facial recognition APIs. So the ends, okay. So it's just a demo. So you can do you can build a demo, and with AI application to make them complete. Okay. So okay, I introduced the Model Rs and the OCR like that, but maybe you can try more on our website. Yeah. So do you have any questions? Okay. You can leave your message or open your mic. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Please.
Hello, Mr. Lin.
Yeah.
I can speak Chinese.
Okay.
我就说想问一下，
Okay.
它这个OCR，你们是在编译端还是云端的 OCR 服务？
这个 OCR this OCR is run on the cloud, run on the cloud. Yeah. If you want to use this to run offline, we have OCR a machine. This machine is deployed OCR ability. in this machine, and we usually sell this machine to our customer, because some customer they don't want to
Yeah.
upload their data to the cloud. Yeah. So we have solution to is a OCR machine offline.
Okay. The second question, the OCR, the probability that it will recognize wrongly.
Yeah, sometimes.
How high is it? Yeah, how high is it?
呃，
几%？
it depends，就是不一定啊，这个 it depends. For example, if you use this API or Models Pro, then you should test any any application, AI application you should test. So if you want to deliver to your customer and they want to guarantee, the accuracy, right? So that is the difficulty, one of the difficulty of AI application, because you should, yeah, here for example, you should test and monitoring your service. If you something wrong, then you should know that, and you should make it better. So it it depends your data and your model and how you fine tune it. So sometimes you don't sometimes you cannot just use use API. Sometimes you should use model arts to create your own model, because sometimes this is more accurate.
Yeah. So if it got like in AI, when it make mistake, so I can retrain it. So do you have that kind of solutions that if like my OCR is not working properly, so I can tell, for example, this letter it should recognize like this.
uh, the solution. But this is a development method. Is a development method. Uh, for example, if we want to deliver to our customer, then we will have some testing method to prove the accuracy. Uh, if
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, because you use the methodology to test your accuracy, then the the customer, they cannot blame you after your delivery, right? So sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
So
uh
it should first pass, it should first pass some certification, then you can deliver.
I'm not sure if the certification is available in your country, but sometimes we will uh, make our make the third party to guarantee to test, and
Okay,
they will say this is above the what percent accuracy, but
okay.
uh, ourselves, we do this ourselves. We should uh, we should do the test first. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Another question, that face recognition,
Mm,
uh, like uh, for example, if I if I want to apply it for for example, for opening the lock of my chat,
yeah.
like can somebody stole my face, like
Uh, for example, uh,
for
the
example, like
twins.
yeah, yeah. No, no, not twins, like because face recognition is kind of thing like face became a key.
Yeah.
So my face is not closed. Everybody can see. Everybody can take picture of me. So they can generate like there is some kind of apps now. It called face fakers. They can fake your face. Say
Yeah,
with
yeah, I see.
yeah. So how accurate is it?
Uh, it's not a simple solution for face detection. Uh, for example, in China, there are so many, for example, Alipay or some payment,
Yeah.
they, yeah, they should detect your face and they say, oh, this is, for example, this is Bob, and Bob should pay in their bank. So uh, for example, the the offline machine, they how to say uh, I'm not sure can I speak in Chinese, but other
可以
sorry, I speak in Chinese first, but maybe someone can translate for you. 就是我们线下去做这个脸部识别的时候，是会有一些各种各样的方式来避免不同的人去这个，就是别人如果长得很像我，或者是说他偷了我的脸，这个事情其实有很多方式可以去改变的。OK，比如说
呃
一台，对对，它可能是从3D 的角度，或者是说呢，它可以从这个这一台机器它所服务的人群，可能就只有1000个人、2000个人，对吧？你这台机器放在一家店里面，大概那些人就是那么多，所以说你
哦
一旦知道是这一个人，比如说跟支付宝举个例子，就支付宝里面有这样的人脸，他大概认为说线下这个地区，他也知道你在哪个地区，因为那个 application 是知道你的 location，对吧？所以
知道了
他
知道。
他可以去通过各种不同的方式去比对，说你这张脸可不可能今天出现在北京，明天出现在深圳，后天出现在西藏，就有可能你是 travel，但是它也可能通过你的手机的定位，你的 application 的定位，跟你实际的那个去做很多的校验，所以其实它很复杂，就是它不是说只是单纯比对人脸就结束了，比对人脸只是其中一个就是其中一
哦
个要求，它还可能用
哦
别的方式来比对，所以一旦有一些security的问题的话，它也不会让你支付成功的。所以说这个其实还挺成熟的，但是有很多不同的考虑哈。
我知道了我知道了。
OK，sorry，
是，thank you。呃，好的。那个你们这用的是人脸识别，没有用得到跟支付宝那个技术的，对吧？
uh, we provide face detection APIs, but we maybe maybe our partner they will use our APIs to build a solution like
OK
okay, like WeChat Pay. So yeah, we we don't have our own solution, but our partner will have.
OK I got it. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, are there any questions? Okay. What do I do if the system displays a message indicating that the AKSK pair is available? Um, this is the registration problem, right? AKSK. You should maybe you can download your AKSK in not console. Sorry, that's in the here my credentials here and the access key here. So if you your AK access key it, you can delete it and create a new yeah create access key create a new so maybe mm, I don't uh, I don't face your question before but I think yeah yeah not available maybe you can generate one new access key here okay to Nico and then any questions Okay, maybe moderator, you can, yeah, yeah. There are no further questions here. Oh, yep, here. Translation summary. Vision, consider about things, but also consider about location. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is translation for info from your phone. Also, certain apps only serve certain amount of customers. Okay, okay. Thank you for the translation. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you all to uh, to listen my poor English. But maybe if you have any further questions about use AI application, Model S something, you can contact me. Our team will support you to yeah to use the AI ability. Okay, that's all today. I finished moderator 主持人啊。
OK，再见。
好
好，你有微信吗？
Okay, I have WeChat. Maybe you can add me on WeChat. My WeChat ID is Richard Richard LLQ. Okay, here's my WeChat ID.
好的，马上加上。
对 Okay, okay. If you use WeChat, you can add me Richard LLQ. Okay. OK，所以主持人我已经讲完了，是不是看要不要结束一下了？
好，
娟姐，你可以说一下分享。
Okay, thank you, Miss Lin, for your wonderful sharing. Okay, you can also find your answer on Huawei Cloud Developer Forum. Sketch drawing to ask questions and share your opinion. Please. Okay, today, thank you for your patience, and I hope this live broadcast is helpful to you. Goodbye.
拜拜。
Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.